Hey, everyone. This is Jane A from the Let's Get Loud podcast and your host, Jane A. Should we
Oh
have
my
like some
goodness.
sort of a jingle?
Absolutely not.
I know. I was just kidding, but I
You
think
know
it's
what? Someone reached out to me and they want help making a podcast.
right.
They wanted a meeting with me, and I'm like, listen, we can have a meeting, but it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I know exactly. I had one as well. She wanted to like bring me out to supper. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. I have nothing to tell you other than start a just Zoom. Don't even pay for it if you don't want to, and then just press play and don't edit anything. And like I no, like we are not the podcast. If you think that podcast, like there's zero revenue that come from podcasting.
Mm,
Like, you know what I mean? And I think if someone starts podcasting right now, chances are you're like hoping this is like a thing like, and that is just not what's gonna happen. Like with my advice, that's not what's gonna happen to you.
yeah. She was like, how do you monetize the podcast? And I was like, well, we don't.
No, there is zero
There's zero
monetization.
dollars. Some people make money off their podcast. These
Yeah.
are like people with ads and
People.
not us.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, exactly. We do other things. We take and put our time somewhere else. Hey, okay, so this one needs to be like a little bit shorter, but so Paul sent us a message, you guys. Do you know who Paul is? Paul is our producer, and he was our producer for Would You Eat a Donut a Day? And he also produces our show at the Capitol. What does that mean? Our show at the Capitol is actually streamed live that night. So if ever you want to, we usually sell about 1,000 tickets virtually. So basically, people watch us from around the world that night, and then you have access to the recording. So it's your way to be a part of our Let's Get Loud show if you're not from around. Anyway, so he produces that kind of that piece, that live streaming, because clearly, how the fuck would we do that? Like, it's not like a Facebook Live. No, it's like really highly produced and like a show on TV.
Like there's different camera angles, like there's camera guys, and then it all like meshes together and
1 million
pretty
percent. And
magical.
yes, exactly. So what I'm going to do, Leash, is I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to put some video clips together of our choose happy, choose you, and like kind of like show so people can see what it looks like. That's fun.
Why don't you ask Paul to do that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like that. So, Paul sent us a text yesterday to Alicia and I. He's like, I'm ready for your next gig. I'm ready for your next
Idea, big idea.
big idea, because he's like, he was at this like festival of something in Banff, and he's like, he's feeling excited. You know how when you go to like a retreat of some sort and you're like, oh, now I have a million ideas. Anyways, and I was thinking about, obviously I've been flirting with like what would be next and what else does the world need.
Oh gosh.
So,
It's
I know.
always scary, guys, when she gets flirting. She's also got 77 shows planned for us between November and February.
Yes, exactly. So this is not something that would happen like before then for sure. It's just like something to like start planning, start thinking about.
Mm.
I love thinking. So I love flirting. You know how we like flirted with the idea of having a book. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're like, it would be like we would have so much to share. Would it be a personal experience book? Would it be about how we help people? Would it be a self-help book? Would it be what would it be really? And then I'm like, that's not our strength. Let's be real. I don't even know like where to start. Obviously, people would write it for us, blah, blah, blah. No, there's people and we would have people. But our strength is our faces and the camera. I think that's our strength. So I'm like, instead of writing a book, I think another documentary is definitely way more our style.
I see.
So I was flirting with the idea of, and I told you that I said, we've already done the whole like proving calorie deficit, right? That you can eat Tim Hortons and lose weight and like whatever. But for me, I feel like I want this next documentary to get people, because to change more of people's, create more awareness around their diet mentality. Because I
Okay.
feel like society has really like almost a consensus uh bunch of beliefs that are false. Like a lot of people would like agree and believe the same thing and like, well, that's actually not true. Like if I were to be like, do you think that McDonald's is fattening? Right? I think that like probably 99% of the population would just say like, yes, that is fattening, and it's like, it's not fattening, you know, like nothing's fattening. And you would have maybe 1% that's like, no food is fattening. No food puts fat on your body. Like it just like, who would that be? Me and you, like, vraiment. So I just like, for me, would be more of a documentary of like an actual documentary, like an actual, like what documentaries are made of. And it would be like something like The Diary of a Dieter or Once Upon a Diet or Once Upon, like something where we really tune into the emotion that is the issue behind dieting. So like obviously the conversation like of our kids and like our parents and like whatever, just like getting people to be like, shit, that's me. Because we have conversations with people and they're like, yes, like my mom used to come weigh herself and be obsessive about it, or my mom used to whatever. And then like they're like, I still fear carbs, or I still like just everything that is about dieting.
I feel like, are we gonna have to pick one? Like,
We're definitely gonna have to like, but it's not one, it's like just that obviously the most popular ones, the ones that it's like, and it's not, it would be a different template than what we did last time. It would be more people are in, more interviews, more about society and not
okay. I was gonna say, I really did love having conversations with people.
Yeah, it would be more of that. It would be more interview style, like in a real documentary. You know what I mean? And then like literal facts and like statistics and like shit like that. I think that would be so cool. And I think
Shit
there's
like
more
that.
chances of us being on Netflix if it's not like Tim Hortons and your weight loss. You know what I mean? Like it's not about that. It's actually two moms who have lost weight and they're healing their diet trauma and they're going out of their way to learn more about people's, it's like diet trauma, almost like healing that and like talking about it. And like it's more like emotional. It's like it would be like very like, wow, okay, I see what they're saying.
Mm.
Mm.
With you, totally with you.
Yeah, as much as like I love like our documentary's gold, there are certain things about it, like Tim Hortons, like the fact that we are promoting your weight loss in it, that stops us from getting more people to like putting it on platforms that are like, oh, this is like a really top notch. And I would want like literally like we have grants for it. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like us like kind of doing our thing. Like I would just like basically I want to do this. This is a project. It could be like a 2-year thing, you know what I mean? Like massive project. And then we would like go around and do like showings of it. Like it would just be the capital. It would be like we could go different places and it would like be this thing.
Okay.
That's the vision, everyone.
Okay.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to be a part of it?
Do I have a choice?
I mean, you do. You definitely always do. I'd
No,
be
I love
alone driving though with Paul. That would be a long drive. I want to also go to like the States and like, you know what I mean? Like
America.
America. I want to talk to the Americans, America, and make it more North America. You know what I mean? And like how we think in North America versus Europeans. Like,
Oh, now we're talking. Can we go to Spain as a part of this documentary?
but you see what I mean? Just like does the people from freaking France and Italy, are they afraid of cheese and pasta like we are, but yet we're all overweight? Like it's very interesting to me. So that's like the trauma behind dieting and their relationship with food.
I'm like, how would we like play this out? How would it be engaging? How would it be a story? Would we like choose like 10 people and follow them? Like, I'm just
Okay.
taking these people, unpacking their diet baggage, challenging it with them.
I think it would be like you would have maybe 5 main characters that you always come back to, but then
Yes.
always attacking humans.
Yes.
Can we talk to you? And then just getting their story, like really learning more about people and what they think about food, about weight loss, about dieting, about just like their thoughts. I think a diary of a dieter would be like really good.
It would be really good. We could take like people that had been like chronic dieters their whole life and just like really get in their brain and help them challenge their own beliefs.
Yeah. And then obviously the whole like attacking men versus women and having that conversation with them and just like how they feel, how they think about food, just their relationship. It would just be so good. It would be a big project. It wouldn't be like this 1 month thing. It would be like really a lot of planning. Like we're doing that, we're filming, we're like, would be so good.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That's great.
Good talk.
Good talk. That's the dream.
All right.
Way
What else?
more fun than writing a book.
I mean, the book, I'm not finished with that dream.
Oh, no, no, no. There's so many dreams.
Also, like, yeah, it's not our strength, but like, it's not going to be like a book that's like fancy schmancy. Like,
No, absolutely not.
it would be
I just-
very us. It'd be very informal. There's
Yeah.
people that can correct my spelling. Like,
Yes. No, but I feel like at the end of the day, there's so many books on weight loss, on dieting, but like this has not really been done. You know what I mean? I feel like our book would just become another book in the self-help book section. Just like Ben Carson said. Was it Ben Carson?
Ben Carpenter.
Carpenter, yeah. Ben Carson is a student that we taught. Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
funny.
that
That's
is funny.
funny. Hilarious. Okay, you guys. So today's obstacle is one of my faves. It just like fires me up. It is the all or nothing. I have something about that. It just like triggers me. I don't like to say that, but
It does trigger you.
It really
I
does.
think it's also because it's like you can't relate to it. It's so not who you are as a
You're right.
person that you just cannot relate to that way of thinking.
That could be it. And also, well, for me, it's mostly like I want to create awareness around the I'm all or nothing. It's like not going anywhere with that way to be. Like I'm like, well, you're like wasting your time. It's a label that is not ever going to help you what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's this is what we need to ask ourselves, you guys. Is this way of thinking getting me the results that I'm looking for?
You're right.
Like, if you're like, no, I'm all or nothing, and you're like, when you're all, great, good for you, but then you're nothing, and then you're not getting the results. So like, that's the hard conversation that you need to have with yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, well, I'm all or nothing, just ask yourself, is this way of thinking, because all or nothing is a way of thinking, getting me the results I want?
Yeah.
And I think the answer is probably no.
Yeah, exactly. No, it is for sure.
And even when it is getting you the results, let's say, because there's going to be moments where you're getting the results with your all or nothing. There's going to be moments, there's no question. Is that who you want to be?
Is this how you want to live your life?
Is this how you want to live your life? You know, the mental energy that is being put into the all or nothing. Think about how much mental energy it's required to be all.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guilt, shame, embarrassment when you're nothing. Like that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah. Oh, yes. No. And I do believe that it all almost comes back to consistency. You cannot be consistent with an all or nothing mentality and an all or nothing approach. All or nothing is literally an approach. It's not even like a way to be, it's an approach to weight loss. And honestly, you guys, you are choosing nothing. Like that's you say you're all or nothing, but you've never been able to be successful with that weight loss approach. So it's like, well, I'm all or nothing. So I'm going to wait until my birthday's over, or it's Monday, or it's fucking January. And I'm like, that approach to weight loss is literally has never worked for you. It's like saying, I'm a calorie counter. And I'm like, well, how has that worked for you? So I truly believe, like, if you're like, okay, how do I change that? Okay, so I'm almost already there right now, because I'm like, why people think that's an obstacle is because they're not getting what they like. That is for me just an approach that people think that is needed to be all or nothing. So there's the perfection conversation there, like I need to be perfect, mixing consistency with perfection. And also society's lack of valuing little changes. It's like society doesn't value just the next friggin' day or the next step. And it's a problem. Like it's a problem. It's not getting society like, and I said this in my email that came out this morning. No one that is like massively successful, that has like success in their life is like, oh, well, my approach to life is all or nothing. Like no one would say that. It's like, I didn't give up. I really adjusted as I went, one day at a time, really value small sustainable changes, really value patience, really, come on. That is what is success. So like for me, I'm like, there's no other tip than it's time for you to recognize that this approach is not working and start changing what you almost value and how you see success,
And I think that if you're going to attempt to change all or nothing,
Right.
I think you're going to have to look at the all first. Because what I think happens is you guys say, okay, I want weight loss. I want weight loss. Check. Okay. And then you just go blinders and you're just like, you get lost in weight loss and you're just focused on weight loss and you're not thinking about your values. You're not thinking about sustainability. You're not thinking about your happiness. You're just weight loss. So it's almost like if you're going to do this approach and you've seen yourself in the past, your history in the past is that you go all in, you meal prep, you suffer through the hunger, you do the running, you do all the things, then you fall off the wagon. That's your history. Then I think you need to find a way to stay connected to checking in with yourself. Am I being all right now? That requires self-awareness and that requires honesty. Because the reason why you guys go to the nothing is because you went to the all.
You're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the nothing follows the all for sure. And I like how you said, tune into what is all for you. And chances are there is shit that you are doing that is not even necessary for weight loss. So it stems back from what we believe is needed for weight loss. Like, how many people do I talk to? They're ready. I'm ready. And then it's like, I'll wait till Sunday night or Monday. And I'm like, well, why are we doing this? Because the things you think you need to do cannot be done this weekend. And the things that you think you need to do will be easier on Monday. So like, it's like, guys, I'm telling you, like, the diet industry has fucked us up though. Like so much that we don't even like realize, like we realize that we're so like big time. It's like serious.
It's actually so disturbing. It makes me so upset how lost we are as North Americans when it comes to our health and weight loss. Lost. So
I'm going to end with this. Got a message from someone who is not a member, but is a follower. And she's like, takes a screenshot from a TikTok and is like, what are your thoughts on this? And I'm like, oh, TikTok, huh? Holy shit. I'm like, first of all, never believe anything. TikTok is so misleading, you guys. Like TikTok is the most misleading platform out there of just people pretending they're people. So just
I was laying beside Neil and he was like on his phone and it was like people that are older than you think, and it's like listing all these celebrities and it's like 51, 47, 6, and I was like, that's not true, Neil. And he was like, oh my goodness. And I was like, Neil, oh, that's not true.
No, you guys, like it's something they actually, you need to understand that the way the algorithm works is if something becomes like, the more shocking a video is, the more it has like views and interests and likes. And so they need to make shit up to make it shocking. It's like movies that are like, this is just out of this world. That's why we're like, oh, that would never happen, you know? Okay, so it's like basically someone that has like letters beside her name. Like I am
Which letters?
MSRDLDN. And it's like, why? So the TikTok is actually something that we believe in. It's like why intermittent fasting is better than calorie deficit. And the TikTok is like, it's the same. It puts you in a calorie deficit. Like basically like stop saying that it's better. Calorie deficit is a state, whatever.
Yeah.
And then this person with all the letters is like, calorie deficits don't work, which is why we see rates of overweight, obesity, and chronic disease continue to rise. Intermittent fasting and Mediterranean diet is the way to go here. The benefits of intermittent fasting has nothing to do with calorie deficit.
Oh my God.
Okay. So this girl is like, what do you think? I'm like, my thoughts is that it's BS. It's not true. There is no debate here. Like there is no debate. We're not debating. I am not against you. What you're saying is a lie. Like that is not true. Okay. And then I'm like, a body loses weight by being in a calorie deficit. Done. Nothing else to say. And then I like Googled, how does a body lose weight? It says, everyone loses weight by burning more calories than are eaten. That's why fucking Google tells me. So clearly it's like how a body loses weight, not what's best, how to lose 10 pounds fast. No, how does a body lose weight? The bottom line is calories count. To lose weight, you need to eat fewer calories or burn more calories through physical activity or not. That's what, like, it's that simple. If you Google, how does the body lose weight? I'm like, there you go. She's like, okay, thank you. It's all over TikTok. And I'm like, just know that TikTok is like, anyways, You
I
guys,
mean, and like what also gets me another layer of upsetness is for someone who's has a master's in science, is a registered dietitian, would say that the Mediterranean diet is best, is so exclusive to so many people
yeah,
that number one cannot fucking afford tomatoes right now,
yeah.
or number two, don't like tomatoes. And so this is why society thinks that weight loss is not accessible to them, because a thin person is telling them that this is best. There's no one thing that is best, nothing.
And also, this message has not helped society to be healthier inside and out. And so like, it's like this message of eat more vegetables and more protein has not like helped. Like no one's been, we are still on the rise here. So clearly there's information that has been not helped. Like,
and she's saying, didn't she say that it was because calorie deficit doesn't work? No, it's because people like you putting information into the world that is effing people up. That's why. And of course, other reasons, the accessibility of calorie dense food, food scientists, all of this is all why. But a big part of it is people's confusion.
Oh, okay. All right. Whew.
What are you looking through for your papers right now?
I'm like looking for the next meeting. I'm like, am I ready? The time is passing.
The time is passing.
Listen, come talk to us. Maybe about the TikTok, maybe about calorie deficit, maybe about friggin' all or nothing. I think a lot of people think they're all or nothing, and I'm like, you're actually doing nothing. Like,
if you guys are listening and you are all or nothing, you are identifying with that label for yourself, we want a message in our DM right now. We want to unpack what that means to you and create a little plan for some small tweaks to change the all so you don't go to the nothing.
Yeah. And look into those beliefs and those thoughts that you have as to like, what is all? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. See you later. Go buy a ticket for our October show. Peace out.